Would you take me to go get my gold, Lucy? Would you take me? If you're not gonna take me, maybe draw me a map of the directions, Lucy.
This bites me in the face.
Hey, top of the morning to ya, and welcome to the vlog. And of course, this is Pickles. It is St. Patrick's Day, so happy St. Patrick's Day. Let me know in the comments what you guys are doing or how you celebrate this amazing holiday. Today, we're gonna look at some green snakes, and I think that Eric is gonna go searching for some gold. Let's start with Pickles. You guys are always asking me to update Pickles. She is doing absolutely incredible. She is just eating like a pig, and she, of course, is a Beoc green tree python. What an amazing snake. And the thing that's interesting about these guys is they basically just sit like this all the time. So every time you see pictures or anything like that, you go, oh my gosh, they're so amazing. The truth is, this is kind of how they always are, and it's really just a really amazing snake. And there's all kinds of localities and specific colors. I mean, these guys are born either yellow or red, and then they develop into green. And of course, I've talked about one of my favorite books as a kid called Verde, which is the development of that color changing from a juvenile to adult. I mean, there is no doubt that there's not many more impressive snakes than a green tree python or an emerald tree boa for that matter. Regardless, I hope that you have an amazing day, and I hope that your St. Patrick's Day is absolutely incredible. What do you say we look at some more green animals? There's probably no more iconic green snake than the green anaconda, like my girl Verde here. So why don't you say that we give Verde a little St. Patrick's Day feast?
Have you seen me gold coins?
You know what's kind of interesting is when non-reptile people think of reptiles, they often think that they're all green. As a matter of fact, one time I went to an ad firm to try to come up with slogans, and almost every slogan had the word green in it. But the truth is, there's not that many green animals. I mean, sure, there's plenty of green animals, but when you start thinking about the color palettes of reptiles, really green is not an overwhelming color whatsoever. But certainly these little monkeys here, Rick and Morty, my two-headed red-eared slider, they are certainly green. Now, they change a little bit as they get older, but they still stay predominantly green, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And I have a feeling these guys are going to be partying it up for St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, lassie, have you seen me gold coins? What the heck?
Of course, I think one of the coolest green snakes that I work with outside of the green tree pythons, of course, would be the Rhino rat snakes. These guys are unbelievably incredible, and I'm so excited to have them out of hibernation. I can't wait to start breeding them and hopefully produce a bunch of babies. We've been producing for the last several years, so I hope we'll have some more luck with them this year. Interestingly enough, these guys are actually born kind of a silvery brown color, and they don't really get their green, beautiful color that they have right now until usually they're between 6 and 12 months old, believe it or not. Now, they're actually native to Vietnam and southern China, so these guys are a little bit up in the mountains, not super high, maybe 300 to 1,000 foot elevations or so, but they're really cool animals, really placid. I love that little appendage, of course, is why they have their namesake rhino rats. Green snakes, St. Patrick's Day, you gotta mention rhino rats.
Ah, where's me Lucy to find me gold? She's somewhere around here with me gold. There she is. There you are, Lucy. Where's my gold? Where's my gold, Lucy? Lucy, oh, maybe you're the gold. Look how gold you are. I've been told you know where my gold is. Can you point me in the direction, Lucy? Would you take me to go get my gold, Lucy? Would you take me? If you're not gonna take me, maybe draw me a map of the directions, Lucy. I'm just a wee leprechaun. You're a pretty big snake. Pretty heavy. For my little Irish arms.
So the Scots garters kind of fall into that green snake category, but the truth is in the wild they can be a little bit brown, they can even be yellowish. This particular animal certainly is a greenish color. Now the Scots garters are actually one of the largest garter snake species out there. They're actually a Thamnophis equus scotti, and they're from the Jalisco region of Mexico. And believe it or not, they're only found in a very small area. But again, these guys can literally get like 3.5, close to 4 foot in length with this just is absolutely enormous for a garter snake, but I just think they're super cool. And much like the checker garters, the butler's garters, and eastern garters, these guys can actually have 2 litters per year. They have live young. They'll have litters that are literally up to 35 babies. So a big female can literally have 60 or 70 babies in a year, which makes them pretty darn incredible. Now, mine actually eat mice, but you can certainly feed them fish and worms and other stuff like that. And I've always talked about, if you ever want a snake but you don't want to feed it mice, garter snakes are a great option. And as you can see, so many garter snakes, and certainly the Scots garter snakes, which fall into this group, are super docile. I mean, these guys are the most placid, awesome snakes. I mean, that's really what my reptile love started with, is catching garter snakes out in the wood by my house. I've always loved these guys, and they become so incredibly used to being handled that it's pretty amazing. As a matter of fact, I know people that keep pet garter snakes that will literally just hand feed them. You just hold them in one hand and put the prey right next to them, and they just eat it right out of the hand. And because they're not constrictors, they don't strike and coil and stuff like that. So garter snakes are amazing. Certainly an underappreciated type of animal. And the Scots garter snake for St. Patrick's Day, hey, listen, it's a beautiful green snake. Interestingly enough, typically Guacamole, the Meller's chameleon, is really usually green. Today he decided to turn a little yellow on me, but hey, I'm still going to use him because he is typically a green, beautiful chameleon. And of course, this is a Triosaurus melleri, which is a large chameleon, actually the largest chameleon on the continent of Africa, and really the largest chameleon outside of Madagascar. These guys can literally get up to 30 inches long, and in the wild where they come from, which is Malawi, Mozambique, and Tanzania, these guys will eat like other lizards, they'll eat bugs, they'll even eat small birds, believe it or not. And unlike some other chameleons, these guys only have 1 clutch of eggs per year, but they can have up to 80 eggs. That's pretty incredible, but they do only produce once a year. You can see that Guacamole is starting to get some black freckling, which really means that I'm going to put him back because he doesn't really like to be handled too much. But I wanted to take him out to show you guys to celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And speaking of celebrating St. Patrick's Day, let me know in the comments what you guys are doing. You know, typically I'm in Chicago for the NARBC Reptile Show on St. Patrick's Day, which is interesting because of course Chicago is a huge place along with Boston when it comes to celebrating. They actually dye the river green, the whole shot. This year I will be in Chicago, but not at the Tinley show because I have some other things going on. And you know, I'm not really a partier. I don't really drink, do any kind of other partying stuff. So to me, it's just another day. Although I do think it's a really fun day and I enjoy it, I'm not really going to be doing anything too special as far as St. Patrick's Day goes, but we are going to be doing some really fun stuff too. But I am always curious, what do you guys do? I mean, what's your craziest St. Patrick's Day story? Let me know in the comments. I cannot wait to read it.
Well, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you guys. And to celebrate, we're showing green snakes. And guess what? Brian took all of the cool green snakes and left me with this guy. So this is a greenish rat snake. Honestly, I don't think is very green, but that's the name. And he seems to be looking like he wants to bite me. It's all about the kisses, right? It's not about the biting, so be nice. These guys, I don't know, I guess they're all right. Brian seems to like them. We have both the green variety and the albino. And we're excited to get these guys out of hibernation. So we'll see how it goes this year with that. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a good day and celebrate responsibly. Don't have too many green beers.
The treasure map that I got from Lucy. All I have to do is go down here in this corridor, through the door to the left, and then I get me gold. I'm real close, I can feel it. Me gold! Me gold coins! Me gold coins! I found me Lucky Charms! They're magically delicious!
There you have it. I hope that you guys have an absolutely amazing holiday, St. Patrick's Day, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing some cool green snakes and our little rendition skit of St. Patrick's Day. I absolutely love doing those types of skits, and I hope that you guys like it. Let me know in the comments what you think or what future skit you would like to see. I mean, be a producer for a day. Give me some good ideas, and I'll be happy to do them for you. In the meantime, have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whenever you happen to be watching. You guys mean the world to me. I love you so much. Can you do me a couple favors before we get out of here? Can you smash that like button as well as turn those post notifications on so you know when I upload a video, which is every day, 7 days a week at 9 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. Remember to be kind to someone today, and I promise I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.